From the pubs and pits of Melbourne to the global metal stage, King Parrot have carved their name into the skull of Aussie extreme music. Loud, raw, and unapologetically chaotic. Their frontman Matt Youngy Young is the unhinged heartbeat of it all. A blast beat preacher with a wicked sense of humour and a voice that could sandblast steel. With their new album, A Young Person's Guide to King Parrot, tearing through the scene, I sat down with Youngy to talk chaos, comedy, touring with legends, and how this band keeps the grind alive 15 years into their reign into Aussie insanity. Mate, how are you tonight?
I'm good, mate. That was a pretty impressive introduction there. Well done.
I appreciate it. Stumbled my way through some of it. Mate, firstly, congratulations on the new record, A Young Person's Guide to King Parrot.
Thank you.
What does the album represent for you after 5-year length between full lengths?
Well, it's just great to get back into the studio, I guess. It's great to be creative again and write some new tunes. And, it obviously, like you said, it's been a while since our last release. So, we kind of took a bit of a break, forced hiatus like everyone really during the whole COVID thing. We couldn't really get together and jam or do anything for a good couple of years there. So we once we got going again and started touring again, and we went back to the US in 2023 and did a pretty decent sort of tour there, did like 36 shows or something on that tour. And after we did that one, we were kind of like, we really felt that we wanted to get creative again and start writing. So we just bunkered down in the studio and spent some time getting all the song ideas together and doing pre-production and all that stuff. And 2024, I guess we spent most of that year. I mean, we did do Not Fest and a couple of little things here and there, but for the most part, we were in the studio the whole time, just like writing, recording, mixing, getting it, just honing it all. And once we got that done, we were ready. I think we toured again with Weed Eater we did an Aussie tour with Weed Eater at the end of 2024. So yeah, it was a big year, but for us, it's just great to be still writing music and playing music and having people who still give a shit. It's great.
And people are loving it. There's such a huge buzz around the album and around the shows as well. So now part of that whole new thing is you guys have got a new drummer. You did have Toddy, who was an Australian drumming institution.
Right.
How was it replacing Todd? And speaking of drums, like you guys have had like a pedigree of drummers from Blood Duster, Berserker.
Right.
How like playing for you guys must be like, is it a unique gig or with the unique experiences that come with it? And how is the new guy coming along?
Yeah, man. Look, it's been, I guess the core of the band is kind of always been there from the start, but like we've had a few different drummers over the years. All of them have been great. I think it just kind of came, we've been, Todd's a Brisbane guy and we're all Melbourne guys, and we've been trying to make it work for a long time with him living up there. But, we just had an open discussion after we finished recording the album and decided that we wanted to kind of part ways. And I think it was all pretty amicable from where I'm sitting. So, we did a little bit of homework around who, might be suitable once we knew what was going on. And the guy that kept popping up was Max Dangerfield, who plays drums for a band called Goat Shaman. And Max is a phenomenal talent. He's a young guy, much younger than us, but he's mature and he's a lifer. He's a muso, and he has exceptional talent for songwriting, and he has exceptional drum skills. Man, he's a natural. He's just got amazing feel. He knows how to sit right back on the backbeat, but he can also like blast and push the intensity of the music. So that was something that we really wanted to kind of recapture, I guess, with his style, because I Todd's his own kind of thing. He's a very extreme and fast drummer, whereas our first drummer, Matt Rizzo, who played on the first album, Bite Your Head Off, and was the Blood Duster drummer, as you mentioned. Like, there's a lot more kind of feel and groove and all of that sort of stuff in that, and we kind of wanted to get back to that because that's sort of where we feel comfortable, like, always just dropping back into that groove and a slow beat and then hitting the blast and make, just the contrast for us was always such a really important thing. And we knew that Max would be able to deliver that, and he does, man. He really does. The US tour that we just finished, like, we just did 45 shows or something like that all through America and Canada, and Max just took it in his stride. He did such a great job, and we're really excited just to start the whole writing process again, to be honest with you, because we really want to do some stuff with Max.
No, that's fantastic. We can't wait to hear new music as well. So
yeah, we already got one new song. We nutted a new song out the other day, so that was great. So it's on the way.
nice. I look forward to it. Now you've been doing this since 2010. What do you think's most changed in the Australian scene?
Ooh, in the Australian scene, let me think. Like, well, I mean, it has changed a bit, but it's sort of hard to say. I mean, I'm not so. I used to live in Melbourne, and I used to be right in there and in amongst all the stuff. But now I moved out of the city, and I'm not so entrenched in the scene as I was previously. But I still go to shows, and I've still got lots of friends, but I'm not so attached to it, I guess, as I used to be. But I would just say that it's in a pretty healthy place right now. I think people are going out to shows. People are really supporting the underground scene. It's as strong as it's ever been. There's a great diversity of bands as well in the Australian scene. Like, we're getting a lot of stoner kind of doomy bands. And there's just as many extreme bands as there ever was. I mean, maybe there's not as many grind bands as there used to be. Especially, I feel like in Melbourne there used to be a shitload of grind bands. But that sort of I mean, there's still some grind bands, but it doesn't seem like that scene is as strong as it once was. But I guess for us, we've kind of always just done our own thing and kind of pulled from different genres. I mean, people will probably refer to us as a grind band or whatever, but I think we pull from lots of different genres as well. It's not just grind, it's like thrash and all that sort of stuff. So we've always been one of those bands that, like, we like to mix up the bills when we play as well. So we'll have different bands from different genres playing with us all the time, and I guess that's what we're going to bring to Adelaide and Perth and all of the rest of the Victorian regional shows that we do on this tour. All the lineups are pretty diverse with different kind of bands, and sometimes sitting at just like a show that's just grind bands or just stoner rock bands or just doom bands, and I find that, or just thrash bands, it can get a little boring, I guess. So we like to mix it up a bit, and we've always kind of done that because we're fans of music. We're not just into that style or anything like that. We're into all sorts of music.
I completely agree. And playing mixed genre, I'm in a band as well, and so playing mixed genre bills is the best. Because I mean, like you, I'm into all sorts of different types of metal, and I want to hear and punk and alternative stuff, and
sure.
It's great being able to mix it up.
Absolutely, man. I love that shit. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned like your US touring.
Yes.
How does your average Pantera fan feel about you guys? How did they respond?
Well, like, it's one of those things with Pantera. It's like they are, they're like Pantera was like a gateway drug band for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
And I'm guessing for someone like yourself, someone like me, Pantera kind of opened the gates to more extreme music.
Yeah.
Whereas for other people, Pantera would be like the heaviest band that they would listen to. So you get a bit of a mishmash of audience with Pantera. It was great for us that there was a band like Amon Amarth that were on the tour as well.
Yeah.
Because they're probably a little bit heavier, although they're not as death metal as what they used to be. But they're definitely a heavier kind of band. So for us, I mean, we always we tend to stand out like dog's balls on a bill like that. But man, the response was incredible. Like the response that we had was incredible. The amount of merch and stuff that we moved and sold at those shows was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that Phil has been wearing your guys' merch everywhere.
Well, we certainly don't ask him to, man. So he does his thing,
It's awesome.
He wants to wear it, man. He's been our greatest supporter.
Yeah.
He's given us so many opportunities that we're incredibly grateful for. He and his wife Kate, who do Housecore Records, and the whole team that work with them have been nothing but short of amazing to us, especially with our endeavors of touring in North America. Because we've got like a home base over there. We go in there and we can jam there and leave our gear there, all our backline and stuff, and then we use that as our home base, and then we hit the road. It's amazing. So yeah, man. But going back to the original question, man, I feel like this time playing in front of those massive audiences, we won over a lot of new fans. Like it was a really cool thing to do, and we just I feel like we kind of capitalized on that. So it was really cool.
Now, a tour that big, you have to have had like many holy shit moments.
Yeah.
What, any standouts or ones that you can share?
Yeah. So there's a few. There was a few. I mean, just like the caliber of people that come to hang out at those shows, is like, and they're just the musicians. Like, I remember, one night I was like hanging out with my buddy Adam Jarvis from Pig Destroyer. He came out to the LA show, and I've been friends with him for a long time, and we were just hanging out, and then all of a sudden Danzig just walks in, and it's like, yeah, Danzig, what's up? And Larry Lalonde from Primus is there, and a whole swag of other people, just crazy, like Max Cavalera's there hanging out one night, and Phil Ryan from Sacred Reich, and oh man, I can't even.
That's awesome though.
Just crazy. And all these guys get to watched our band and saw it, and Roger Merritt from Agnostic Front, and I've drawn a blank, but there were so many people that we got to meet and network with and introduce ourselves to that watched our set, and that was super cool, man. It was really good. And I had one pretty funny moment where we were in a hotel. I think we were in North Carolina one night, and I went down to the gym to work out, and Zach Wilde was just in there pumping weights. I was just in there, pumping weights with Zach and talking shit, and it was great. It was just cool, man. It was just a surreal experience, and it was definitely weird coming home after the tour.
Oh, I can imagine.
And just like sitting in my lounge room by myself, going, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
We had lots of parties and stuff, and there was lots of birthdays and celebrations and things that happen. And a few of the guys from the Pantera crew loved setting off fireworks, so we had heaps of fireworks shows after the show. We'd set up in the car park and just let off. Like, it was crazy,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun.
On the flip side of that, did you have any like major disasters or anything crazy stuff that happened that was like, how do we get around this, or roadblocks, or
Yeah, there's always a few things that happen. I always find that when you get out on the road and doing a tour like that, there's always something that goes wrong. So it's more about like staying calm and problem solving and all of that sort of stuff, which we've got pretty good at over the years because we've done a hell of a lot of touring. So, but nothing major really happened. There was no, like there was a couple of issues with our bus a couple of times. The air con broke down for a couple of days, and it was a couple of days until they could get someone to come out and fix it. So we were in this stinking hot bus that, sweating our asses off for a few nights, which was kind of uncomfortable, but nothing major, man. Like nothing too serious like happened on this run for sure. So that was good. But we've had some disasters over the years. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, it's bound. It's inevitable. It has to happen. So.
Oh yeah. We've had trailers fall off the back of our vans. We've had blown out tires. We've had all sorts of shit, man. Like
yeah, brutal.
Yeah,
but especially in Australia, there's such long distances to travel.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? Like, there's a lot of long distances in America too, and Europe. But like people kind of think, all the shows are always like nice and close together in America and stuff. But sometimes the drives are pretty brutal. We've done some big ones. Yeah, like 12, 16 hours sometimes between shows. So yeah, it can be challenging.
Now, since you guys started, which is what, 13?
Well, we kind of started in about 2009, 2010. That's when we sort of started first year. And the first EP came out 2011. So, but we sort of say 2010, yeah.
Well, you guys have been full throttle since day one. Like, you just no stopping, which is amazing. Now, I understand you're celebrating, I think, 13 years of sobriety, which is
14.
14. Congratulations.
Yeah.
How do you find, and how important is that to King Parrot for you?
Well, the way I look at it from my perspective is if I wasn't clean and sober, I wouldn't have been able to take on I wouldn't be able to do the vocals properly. That's for a start. But I wouldn't be able to have done focused, on the business side of things.
Yeah.
The way that I have, because I just was not capable of doing it previously. My number one priority was drinking and drugging back then. And when I made that decision and, got off the drugs, got off the booze and the cigarettes, I was able to sort of focus more on my health and be able to focus more on the business of the band. And that was like something that was, I'd played in heaps of bands over the years, but what I saw was that unless I took that side of things a bit more seriously, then the rest of what we wanted to achieve with King Parrot wouldn't be able to happen. So I made that choice to do that and take that stuff on.
No, that is amazing. And like, more power to you. It is not a easy thing to do at all. So, congratulations on 14 years.
No, thank you, man. It's taken a lot of support from lots of great people, and I'm incredibly grateful that it's the best decision I ever made for sure.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Touring. Tell me about the new tour. What have you got coming up?
Well, man, we've got 5 shows left for the year, and we've done like part 1 of our album launch tour here in Australia, which we did mostly just the East Coast, but we didn't do Brisbane, Sunny Coast, and Gold Coast. So we put that into this part 2. So we did that a couple of weeks ago, which was fantastic. It's great to get up there. And now we're coming to Perth and Adelaide next weekend. November 21, we play Perth at the Amplifier Bar. November 22, we do Adelaide at the Uni Bar. And then December 5, we play in Ballarat. December 6, we play in Albury. December 7, we're in Melbourne. So this is like kind of, we did it in 2 parts because we were busy. We did Europe earlier in the year. Then we came and did as much as we could back in Australia. And then we did the US, and we were over there for like almost 2 months. And then we were like, well, we got to finish the year off with a bang and bust out a couple more shows. So, and we wanted to get over and launch our album everywhere we could. So that's what we've done. And it's exciting for us to get these 5 shows in for the end of the year, and just smash them out, man. It's great. Adelaide, Perth are always awesome for us, and we've always prided ourselves as well on doing the regional shows around Australia and playing to the places where bands don't often go. You know,
Yeah,
like
and those
I
shows
mean,
are so much more fun often because they're so much more appreciative of having a band.
dude, I agree.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I find the energy that you get back from a crowd at a show like that is sometimes so much, like, yeah, you just can feed off that crowd so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such a good time.
Yeah, man, the gratitude is a big thing, you know, and you know, we have heaps of it, and but um, the gratitude from the fans in those places, you know, we feel that energy, and it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's awesome. Well, we can't wait to see you out here in Adelaide, and I'm sure all the guys out in Perth are hanging out for it as well. Um, Last question.
Yeah,
If you could give brutal advice to a young frontman up and coming in the scene, what would it be?
don't be scared. Um, you know, make eye contact with the crowd.
Yeah,
Um, you know, be yourself. Yeah, and you know, and find your thing. You know, find what it is. You know, you only work that out through trying and giving it a
yeah,
shot and
yeah,
putting yourself out there. So, you know, like I would just, you know, don't be scared. I mean, and that, man, the first time I ever got up, I mean, I'm a bass player, man, and every show I'd played, pretty much every show I played before I joined King Parrot to be the vocalist, I had a guitar and a bass guitar. So standing up there, I mean, the first few shows, man, I was horrified. But I found that the way that I was going to combat that was just to go bananas and just not give one fuck.
yeah,
And you know, and I kind of came to realize that, you know, what other people think of me is none of my business. So I'm just going to fucking do I'm going to put on the fucking kind of show that I want to see. And
yes,
that
yes,
was what we always sort of spoke about in the early days for us, is like, let's just try and put on the show that we would want to see a band deliver. And that's what we've continued to do over the years. It's like we're pretty traditional in the sense that we just put 100% energy into the performance. There's not too many you know, props or some fancy ass lighting show or anything like that. It's about the energy. It's old school energy, and it's confronting, and we want to get in the audience's face and do all that sort of shit. So that's what it's always been for us, and that's the advice that I'd give to anyone coming up through the ranks, is just fucking go for it. You know, just
yeah,
don't hold back and find your thing, and stay true to what you do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I get kids who ask me all the time, like, how do you scream? It's always you got to have a crack at it. Just do it.
Yeah, man, just practice,
Yeah,
practice, practice. So you
yeah.
find your own way. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Mate, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time tonight. Um,
Thank you, bro.
Last chance to if you've got anything else you want to plug, promote, or anything like that.
Oh man, yeah, just these 5 shows. This is what we got left for 2025, and you can get tickets at kingparrot.net/tour. And yeah, we're looking forward to catching up with all our friends over there next week.
Well, we can't wait to see you out here, and yeah, we'll look forward to it. And I'll talk to you again soon, hopefully, mate.
All right, take care, man. We appreciate your support. Thank you.
Anytime, anytime.